Here we go.
Hello and welcome everyone to our channel, Qatartainment channel. We welcome you with another podcast, and myself Ramesh welcoming you with my co-host Abrar. Abrar, say hi.
Hi everyone. It's been a long time. We're back after 2 months of hiatus, but like they say, it's better late than never.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're super excited to be back for the sports podcast. And
With some another updates, what's going to happen. So, what's the
Yeah.
topic for today, Abrar? What will we be discussing?
so the topic for today is the aftermath of the 2024 T20 World Cup.
Hmm.
And what a better way to start by saying what a great tournament
Yes,
was.
yes. It's late, but okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Team India, on winning
Yes.
the T20 World Cup for the second time.
The wait for is over after 17
Yeah.
years.
But how good was that final?
I will not. I'll be honest with you. I was literally on the edge of my seat.
To be honest, 30 balls
Yeah,
30
and
odd
30
runs.
runs. Yeah,
and
Like, defending it was too difficult,
hard.
too hard.
And when Bumrah came with the ball, I was like 40% positive that he might turn the game,
Yes,
but it was totally just the emotions that Hardik Pandya and
Yeah.
these people showed in the end.
showed in
That
the
was
end.
me
That
literally
was
crying.
that was really emotional. But it was a good match, and
Yes.
South Africa also.
They
Congrats
were-
to
they
them.
were,
They played
yes.
really well. Like even this new generation squad they're having. Like if you remember their past generation squads, they couldn't reach a final. Like the only closest stage they would reach was the semi-finals.
Semi-finals, yeah.
And they would just lose in that. But this South Africa, we have to give credit to them. They played amazing. Like at one point, they were very close to winning
Yes.
it. But
And
then
the match was totally in the court, right?
yeah, it was totally in their court. Yeah,
And they were it, but we have to give credit to the catch.
yeah, the catch.
That
Yes,
catch that
Yeah.
changed the game altogether.
that changed the game. Yes, and that was like a very. It reminded me. When I watched the World Cup final, 2022, Emi Martinez's save
Yes.
in that 120th minute of extra time.
Yes.
It gave me that same
Same vibes, huh?
flashback. Same flash. It was really like I even made a comparison video of that as well.
Okay.
But that was a very good catch. That was amazing. That changed the whole game
the
completely.
course of the match, I think.
Yeah.
Sky caught that catch and he was
Yeah.
not catching the ball, he was catching the trophy.
Trophy, yes. Like they
got
said
the
in the
trophy.
news, he saves the World Cup. He caught the World Cup. He didn't
Yeah.
like just to throw it away or something.
And you have to give him credit for
Yeah.
the sharpness and for the thinking that at that critical moment.
Critical moment, yeah.
It was just it was make or break. If that was a 6, the game was gone.
It was gone, yeah. Because we know David Miller, like
he was finishing the
he
game.
was finishing the game.
Yeah.
Like we know, especially when it comes to the last overs, like he's just
Yes.
like very lethal. Like we have seen
But
it
I think they went back into the shell
yeah.
when they had that 30 odd runs to get from 30 balls.
Yes.
So at that time they could have managed to get just singles and doubles.
Singles
I
and
think
doubles.
They got nervous.
Yeah, because as you remember in our first episode, I told they might choke. They have this history of
Yes.
choking. You remember in
But
25.
that was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
I was
that was
happy for India.
heartbreaking, yeah.
But that was very
Yeah,
heartbreaking
that was very
to see.
hard. South Africa
Yes.
losing. It was not something.
First time
like,
playing the finals.
Final. Actually, it's their second time final because they first played in 1998 Champions Trophy.
Yes. No, I'm talking about the World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup.
I'm
yeah.
talking about the World Cup, not
Yeah.
the Champions Trophy. But in
Yeah.
the World Cup, they came
They
to the
came
finals.
first time.
They gave
yeah.
a good tough match.
They gave a good tough fight.
and it was entertaining until the last ball.
Yeah, until the last ball. Yeah.
So it was worth every penny.
And mind you, that same time I was watching Italy and Switzerland at the Euros.
And the same happening
Same
there.
happening, yeah. But that same time Italy lost and Switzerland won. So obviously, yeah, and it was a good match though.
That
India,
day was good.
Yeah.
We faced so much nervousness.
Happiness,
all in the same day, huh?
Yeah. It was a good match, anyways, and yeah.
And it was a good note for, although it was
Yes.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But Kohli and
Rohit
Ravindra
Sharma,
Jadeja and Rohit
yeah, it
Sharma
was their
retiring.
last T20 internationals. But
Yes.
yeah, I think the future generation, the new players that are gonna come,
we have a lot of new players
Yeah.
that can take.
yeah, they can
Not even replace them, but they are in good shape to take the team forward.
Yes, they can do it well.
Yeah.
Yes,
So we can
it's
expect
all
good things for
about
them.
trusting the process.
Yes.
Yeah, in the end, it's all about that.
The process, yeah. So even we can be positive for South Africa.
Yeah, they have
We
a
have a
good
good
future.
chances in the
Yeah, in the
future.
future, yes, definitely. They have a good upcoming team that's going to be coming. Their ballers, whether you take Koidze, Janssen, Koidze, then I think
Nokia.
Rabada, Nortier, Ngidi.
Notia was a very good
Nortier, yeah, he was really good. Like he restricted the
Yes.
team, yeah.
He was bowling on a totally different pitch.
Yeah, exactly. And even the batting, I think they're going to be better.
They have good finishers.
Tristan Stubbs, David Miller, Klaassen. Then Klaassen was just too good.
He was too good.
What about Van der Dussen? Is he playing T20 or he quit playing T20?
I didn't saw. Did he play in the final?
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't
so I
there.
think he's just going back to only one day cricket, 50 overs.
Yeah. Then even Riley Russo, even he wasn't there.
So I think they are in the test team because I've seen him play test.
Yeah, I think Riley Russo, yeah. He hasn't played ODIs, but he played T20s, yeah. Because he signed one agreement, call-pack agreement, which basically he signed for some county club.
Okay.
So he signed a call-pack agreement, which means he was ineligible to represent the national team. But then I don't know what happened. Like 2 years ago, I was surprised that Riley Russo was back.
I think they have some problem with them politically.
It could be in the board.
Too much problem.
Yeah.
So having with such a this disturbance and going to the finals, that was a positive.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, and even the people in even one thing I want to tell you is the South African community in Qatar.
Yes.
There is one Instagram page called South Africans in Doha. Okay. It's a dedicated page to the South African community living in Qatar. So they posted it like about T20 World Cup final. They actually did a gathering here for they invited
to watch the finals.
Yeah, all the South Africans here who were living in Qatar.
It was a big thing for them.
Yeah,
was going to the finals and that too with 20 teams for
20
the first
teams,
time.
Yes. And even I saw on the South African news channels there was one a bar or a restaurant in South Africa.
It was full.
They were screening the matches over there. It was full over there. And
they are sports. They are sports.
Yeah.
They are sporty people.
They are good in rugby.
Yes, they are good in sports.
They're good in football. Like South Africa won the Rugby World Cup last year.
Okay.
Yeah, they won against New Zealand. Rugby World Cup, and South Africa has 6 Rugby World Cup titles. They're the best in rugby. And
so losing the T20 World Cup was not a big thing for them then.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. No, but they love cricket though.
Yeah. Just
cricket
joking,
is the thing is South African sporting culture. Cricket is like a summer sport for them. Whenever their home series, it happens November, because South Africa, the summer happens in the November, December. It's not like here it's happening in June, July, August, because it's in the southern hemisphere. So countries in the southern hemisphere, it's different.
Okay.
So that's how their summer works there. So, but they are sport, because I've met people from South Africa. I had conversations about cricket with them.
Yeah, I had conversation with them during FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, a lot of them.
They're
too excited. Yeah, it's the thing. It's like they play sports according to the seasons.
Okay.
It's not like in other countries, every season they'll play the same sport, just like us in India. Any season comes, we'll be into cricket only.
But now due to Olympics, we are getting educated and more sports are
more, yes. Javelin throw is becoming better.
Heartbroken for our guy.
Who?
Our golden boy, Neeraj Chopra.
Yeah, but
happy for
Arshad Nadeem. Yes, that was a very good.
That's congratulations to Arshad Nadeem and the Pakistani audience that watching us.
Yes,
and all the Pakistani diaspora everywhere in the world.
Yes.
He did a very good job by winning a gold. I think after 40 years.
No, 32 years. The last time
1982.
in Barcelona. That was the last time. And that same year they won the World Cup in MCG. Imran Khan won that. Yeah.
So it was a good Olympic for Pakistan. Not good for us, but okay. There is a learning curve.
Yeah,
we'll come.
But at least you win medals. You need to value something in the end. Everyone's not just gonna go for gold, right? They say whatever you win, value it.
Yes.
You're not just gonna put a price on everything, right?
But gold is gold.
Silver is silver. Silver surfer. Silver surfer.
Okay. So coming back to cricket for a time being. So T20 World Cup ended.
Yes.
Now we are moving towards
the next edition.
The test.
No, first we're going to start with the next edition.
Of the T20 World
What
Cup.
changes we are going to see.
2026.
Yeah, which will be hosted by the defending champions India and Sri Lanka.
In 2026.
Yeah, 26. It's going to be, I think, February, March.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be at that time only. So.
And I think they're keeping the 20 teams.
Yeah,
again.
20 teams. Yes, already.
It was a good addition
Good
that they have
addition.
increased the teams.
Yes. So far the teams that are qualified. So the hosts are India and Sri Lanka.
They are already there.
The teams from the Super 8s are United States.
Hmm.
Then South Africa, West Indies, Australia, England, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. No. These are the 7 teams from the Super 8s.
Okay.
Then
last
from
World Cup.
then from the T20 rankings, there is Pakistan, New Zealand, and Ireland.
They have to.
No. They qualify through rankings. Through
Okay.
T20 rankings.
Okay.
If you see the qualification pathway, it is written like that over there.
I was thinking that they were going to play qualifiers.
No. They can't play qualifiers. No. How?
They were too down on the table.
Yeah, see, in the end, it's rankings that matter more. I mean, if you talk about 2023 World Cup,
Yes.
that's because Sri Lanka was there because they had like this event called Super League,
Yes.
which was like a tournament qualification, and that was. But now they've scrapped it. They're not going to put it again. They're going to just use the rankings and whichever top 8 teams on the rankings, apart from the host nations.
But I think that was a good thing that we can get more.
Yeah,
because of that,
I think. Yeah, I don't know.
the
I
smaller
think.
teams get a chance to
Yeah.
go head to head
Yes.
with the bigger ones.
Yes.
Like in this World Cup, Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, yeah,
was
they were
just
really
outstanding.
good. Outstanding, yeah.
It was a bad luck for them.
Yeah, and the semi-finals.
I think they got
a bit overconfident, yeah.
And they went into a shell.
They got
and
like
it
bored.
was like 60 odd runs. They
Yeah,
got all out.
all out. Like,
And-
the moment I slept, I got up.
Match is over.
Match was over. Yeah, but still, it's their first time. I mean, they can come, like, they can make it much better. It's
But you
not-
have to watch out for the United States of America.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing so good.
First World Cup.
Like,
Come on. Such a great
I'll be honest with you. Right now, I was just checking. There's a cricket World
going
Cup.
on?
Yeah, between
US and
Netherlands.
And it won.
Yeah,
USA won
USA
again.
won. Yeah,
And Netherlands have been playing so well. They
Netherlands.
beat England.
yeah. They even beat Bangladesh and South Africa.
Yes.
And
So
like
that's
US
what's
is
amazing.
gonna
the
be
progress they are making.
US
next World Cup.
Next World Cup, man. I won't. I'll be honest with you. I won't be surprised if they reach the semi-finals.
Maybe.
If they
There's
reach,
a possibility
yeah.
the way they are playing.
If they
and
reach,
they are improving.
and if people come to me and if they come to us and say, they reach, I was like, I'm not gonna believe you.
You can't chalk that out.
Yeah, that's what I'm not like gonna believe it. Or I'm just gonna say, okay, it was expected the way they were playing, the way they're.
Yes.
So it was obvious, yeah.
And they deserve it.
They deserve
the
it.
way they are
yes,
playing.
They're playing, yeah. Like
The bowlers, the batters,
Yes.
everyone around on track. They're fielding even, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the
everyone.
Super Over with Pakistan.
Yeah,
That one catch. Wow.
Oh.
And Netwalkar, that guy
Yeah,
played under 19 for
Netwalkar,
India.
under 19,
Now he's
yeah.
representing US.
He's an oracle also.
Yeah, he's working there.
And then there is Monarch Patel.
Yes, Monarch
Then
Patel,
Aaron Jones is there.
Aaron Jones is such a good
He's
hitter,
so
man.
good, man.
Such a good
So
striker of the
good.
ball.
He's like this because he's Caribbean. So Caribbean, they have
they
the
have so
best
much
power
power,
hitters.
yes.
Yeah. Because
And
it's obvious.
it was not about the power hitter. He was a good all-round. You can see all kind of shots from him.
Yeah, yeah.
The shot selection, he has variety to play the
Yeah, a
ball.
lot of it. A lot. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And people were writing off USA, they will give how will they play and all that.
Yeah.
But they went so far,
so further. Yeah. I think because now the interest is changing there in America.
Yes.
Because even American news channels, like there's this channel called Good Morning America.
Yeah,
It's a show. They were showing it, and I think now with a lot of I don't know if you know this, but I might go a bit off topic. The thing is
that's perfectly fine. You do it every time. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sure many of the viewers watching might not know this, but a lot of Marvel actors are actually big cricket fans.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman was praising.
Yeah, Hugh
Kohli.
Jackman. No, Rohit Sharma.
Yeah.
And when they were
Deadpool?
promoting,
Deadpool, they were playing. Ryan Reynolds was facing Hugh Jackman bowling.
Yeah. No, not that. They did a podcast on BBC One.
Yes, that was.
So he said an unpopular opinion. He said baseball is good. Hugh Jackman.
Huh?
Yeah, he said
But
baseball.
backfired big time. It's
Backfired.
not that successful.
Yeah, like Hugh
They are
Jackman.
trying to push it,
Yeah.
but they themselves are facing a problem with it.
Yeah. And another thing is, Chris Hemsworth,
Hmm?
the Thor actor. He's
Yes.
a big cricket fan.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Doctor Strange actor Benedict
Yes,
Cumberbatch, he's
Cumberbatch,
also
yes.
a big cricket fan. You know,
Yes.
there was this video I saw. There was like a conversation between Elizabeth Olsen and Cumberbatch.
Yes.
So like they were talking about sports. So Elizabeth Olsen, she said, "I like Dodgers, which is a baseball team."
Baseball game. Yeah.
And then Benedict Cumberbatch said, "I like cricket." But and she said, "Do you like the slow version or the fast version?"
Acha, the T20 she was referring
Yeah.
to.
So
okay.
he said, "I like the slow version, which goes for 5 days."
Yeah, test.
Test.
Yeah.
And he was actually spotted at test matches, Benedict Cumberbatch, the Doctor Strange actor. He's a big
Yes.
cricket fan. The thing is, like, what I think ICC should do, they should use them to promote the game.
yeah,
It would be good. And
I think
considering
they are in the right direction.
yeah,
They
right
will do
direction.
something.
Yeah.
But this ICC has slammed the stadiums, the pitches
Stadium,
used in
yeah,
US,
the pitch, yeah.
the pitch used in US.
Yeah.
So they won't be going that way for the pitches there.
Yeah.
And, to be honest, it
Hmm.
was a bummer.
It was and also one more thing I forgot to tell you. If the next Olympics there's cricket, and that's in
Yes.
US, in Los Angeles.
So I think they will
Yeah.
use this experience. and-
Experience,
improve on it?
improve on it, yeah. Because there are more events coming in the US. There is the Club World Cup next
They
year.
are
Then
going
the
to open it.
FIFA World Cup. Then I think I don't know. No, Women's World Cup. Yeah, that's in Brazil. That's not in the US. Yeah. So they have. Then the Olympics is there. Then I think Copa America in 2028 also will be in the US. I
So
think.
many
Yeah.
lined up events there, huh?
Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah. So I think it's a good the way the step they're moving forward in
Mhm.
promoting the
The
game.
right
I think it's a good direction. Yeah, it's just on how you have to move forward and implement
But
the
you have to
strategies.
implement, as you pointed out, they have to include such celebrities in the game.
Yes, they have to.
So they
yeah.
are a good way to promote, because people don't know cricket that much
Yes,
as much they know the
yes,
Marvel
the
people.
Marvel people. Yeah.
So they will be
Yes.
a much better position to educate people,
Yes,
when they are coming in the
yes,
stadium
yeah.
doing podcasts and talking about it.
Yes.
Because like Olsen said, it's big cricket or small cricket.
Yeah,
It's
she
not a
said.
cricket.
She said slow version or fast version.
Now see, this is uneducated people talking about cricket.
Yeah, it's a bit, yeah. But I think they're eventually knowing it, yeah. Because even if I talk about other countries like the Netherlands,
Yeah.
so even the Dutch newspapers, they were posting about it, the cricket, like last year.
But Netherlands has been playing cricket for quite some time now.
Yeah, actually, it's a bit surprising. Cricket has a much older history in Netherlands than football.
Yes.
Because they
were a
played.
colony
There
of
was a
the-
colony.
of the British,
yeah,
yeah.
British. Yeah, the Netherlands. And Netherlands is good in every sport. Have you seen
Hockey?
F1?
Hockey, F1, hockey,
F1.
They're good in hockey too.
Hockey, yeah. They're good in everything.
football.
Football, yeah.
There are
obviously
various sports there.
they're
There are
good in
various
that.
sports
Come on,
playing
there's
there.
no doubt in saying that. I mean, Netherlands has the good, this sporting culture. Like, see, the thing is, Europe in general,
They
they have a good sporting culture. They watch everything. Whatever you give them, they'll watch it. And it's the same in other countries. Only like in some nations they have like a difficulty,
They're
like a
monopoly
conflict.
towards
Yeah, the monopoly is there. Yeah, that's also another major issue.
That's sad actually. Just
Yeah.
focusing on one sports.
Hmm.
Not everyone could make it in that.
Yeah,
particular
that's
field,
true,
right? So
yeah.
you should have options like in Australia.
Yeah.
In curriculum, students are playing games some kind of some
Yeah.
other way.
And that's
Any
where
sports they are into.
and you said about Australia. What I wanted to tell you is that they identify talent from there itself.
That's what this
Yeah.
is. This is the proper way to go, right, in any
Yes.
sports.
Yeah.
Whichever the child is interested into, he
Yeah.
can develop in that.
Yeah, and regarding Australia, their sporting culture, I'll tell you how it works. Like cricket is only played during the summers,
Yes.
which is like November, December, January, February, and all. And the Australians will watch cricket when it's summer, but when it's winter, they're gonna watch the AFL, which is like their own rugby version, or they have another one called the NRL,
Okay.
National Rugby League, or they call it Aussie Rugby. So during the winter they watch that, or they watch soccer. Like in Australia they call soccer. Like in West Australia they call football, but in other parts they call it soccer. So they have like this conflict. Oh, what are we gonna say and all like that. Yeah.
But they have stay summers in the December and November.
November, December.
They call it summer, and they play the test matches. during
Yeah,
that
test
period.
matches. Yes.
Speaking of test match, shall we start with the test match? What we are going to face now, and what is coming in the future in that
Yeah.
particular.
Should we
field?
first start with the takeaways, or should we?
What you want to do? Take away.
Okay, so the takeaway was that there was a bit of criticism regarding the ticket sales.
Yes.
There was a lot
That
of
was a big- where they can
criticism.
mix up.
Yeah, and a lot of people were criticizing the pitch. Obviously, there was criticism. We
Pitch was a
discussed
big,
that.
big
Yeah,
disaster.
we talked about that in the first
Yes.
episode also.
Which
But
was a very, very serious point which they should keep in mind. And I don't think that will be a problem in the next World Cup since it's happening in India.
yeah, in Sri Lanka.
So
Yeah,
India and Sri Lanka. So there are good pitches where they
Yeah.
play there. But for future, like the Olympics,
future
and all,
Olympics. Yeah,
they should keep up
Yeah.
consideration. And
yes,
I think ICC did was the main part that was
Yeah.
overlooking it.
overlooking
it
it.
was
Yeah,
like teacher is shouting that she didn't teach properly.
yeah.
she should tell herself that's what they're
Yes,
doing.
yes.
ICC was overlooking it. It was their work and their job to check it,
Yes.
and curate it properly.
Curated. Yeah.
At the last moment, they are coming and they are saying, "Oh, the pitch is
Oh,
ready.
the
Let's start the
pitches.
match."
Yeah,
And
delayed.
all the
yeah.
match happening there was just sucked.
Just low. Yeah, like low scoring
No
runs.
scoring.
Yeah.
The ball was just drifting. Nobody had any idea where it's going.
Yeah.
Such a good match between India and Pakistan could have happened if there was a better pitch.
Yeah, it would have. We would have seen a high scoring.
Yeah,
runs,
high scoring
yeah.
match. Should have been some competition rather than we got something.
Hmm.
But if it was a much better pitch, we could have seen something else altogether.
Yeah, the correct. Yeah, I think they will improve on that. Now the Olympics is coming. Now I don't know if they'll play it in, like, I heard rumors.
But I think for the Olympics, they will approach ICC to help them out with the preparation or something
yeah,
like that.
they will.
Because
Yeah.
since this is the first time they are,
Yeah,
cricket
first
is being
time.
a part
Yeah,
of the
actually,
Olympics.
this is the second time happening. The first time cricket happened at the Olympics was in 1900. It's like after 128 years, it's coming back.
That's after a century.
After a century. Yeah, so there was plans to bring it back, but the problem was ECB and BCCI, they opposed it.
Okay.
So they were not. So other cricket boards, they agreed. Australia agreed. But the problem with the Olympics, I'll tell you one issue. The thing is, England, Scotland, and the West Indies, they, in Olympics, they cannot play as these teams.
Yeah, obviously they are.
Yeah.
not that
So
good.
in it's like, for example, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland.
they were
they have to
nowhere
play-
near the top countries, right?
Yeah. No, they
Did they won any medals? in the
No.
Olympics?
Let me tell you. The thing is, these countries play as Great Britain.
Ah,
Because
okay.
UK in general is like a union of these
Yes,
countries.
yes,
But
yes.
for Northern Ireland, they have a chance to represent Ireland. So if Ireland plays, there is no issue with that. The same goes for the West Indies. What is West
so how
Indies
did
in
they agree
general?
now?
Look, no, I'll come back to that later. What I'm saying is that West Indies in general is like a group of Caribbean nations.
Countries, yeah.
So they will have to send a separate team.
Yes.
Like they did it in Commonwealth Games also. Like they sent, I think, Antigua and Barbuda. Some sent Bermuda, Jamaica, Bahamas, Barbados.
So
They have to,
teams?
they have to make an individual, or Trinidad and Tobago, or Guyana. So they have to make like an individual team. But for UK, for England and Scotland and Wales, they'll have to play as Great Britain.
Okay, so,
So,
they
yeah.
can't play as England then.
They can't play as England.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
in Olympics it's like that. Whereas in other, you take football, cricket, rugby, England plays as England,
yeah, separately.
Scotland plays as Scotland, Wales plays as
So
Wales.
they can't change. How did they then agreed upon?
See, agreed. I think it because their stance. You see, Great Britain. You see, they hosted Olympics in 2012 in
Yes,
London.
Yes.
So when the football was there, they played as Great Britain. So they had players from England, Scotland, and Wales.
Okay, all combined.
All
Okay.
combined, so they can play as an all combined. I even heard in the reports that England and Scotland are in talks to have a same team together. Actually, fun fact is England and Scotland used to play as a single team in cricket, but then I think in 1992 they cut ties with England cricket and they formed their
So
own
that's
team.
why the FIFA World Cup it was England separately and Wales was separate.
Yes. Because in these tournaments they can participate separately, but in Olympics they have to play as part of Great Britain. Because even if you see their passports, they don't have the Wales passport or Scotland passport. They have
Great
UK
Britain.
passport.
Great Britain,
Yeah. Because Great Britain is like a union of countries
Yes.
like that. So that's how and I think the change happened because you see they thought, okay, now because T20s are becoming very popular, so they saw that the rise of T20 is coming, and USA Cricket was actually the one that came up with this idea, to push to push the game forward.
Okay.
So then they said, okay, let's introduce
this
in the maybe at 2028 or in 2032, which is in fact happening in Brisbane, Australia.
Okay.
So,
that's
yeah,
a much better place
yeah.
to do
But then
cricket.
last year, I think it was in October, there was the 141th International Olympic Committee session in Mumbai. That's where they announced that cricket will
Yes.
return in, and baseball will return, softball will return.
In the Olympics?
Yeah, in 2028. So
Okay.
yeah, so but don't expect cricket matches to happen in baseball.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that
I was just joking about
I
it,
was joking
lighthearted,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah, but imagine if you have a crossover between cricket and baseball.
People will be clueless what they are doing.
But for cricketers, it'll be easy for them to play
Yeah.
baseball. But for baseball, they'll
It's
struggle.
really tougher, yeah.
Yeah. That was just a bit of fun fact I wanted to say. But yeah, I think this is what they will do, and I think the takeaway. Okay, I think we are done with the takeaways now. So now I'm gonna come with the changes. Okay, so what I want to see a change is that this predetermined fixtures, I think it should go. I don't think, look, to be honest, okay, I understand, big matches like India, Pakistan, the same group, or Australia, England in the same group, or
yes.
you take Sri Lanka, Bangladesh in the same. Okay, I
They are
understand.
arch rivals.
Arch rivals. I understand, okay, the broadcasters earn money, but
yes.
like you can't, okay, let's say you get a lot of money from this. You're not just going to it's not like you're going to always come up with that same game every time, right? If you want a real sport to grow, you have to have matches with the other teams who are
You
not
have to give
that
chance,
right? Yeah, like you see, you know how football became
Yeah.
popular. It's not like they will just only stick to Europe or South America.
They covered
They covered everything. You see FIFA World Cup, it's happening all around the world.
Yes.
We had one here in Qatar.
Qatar is the
Now
best
they're having
one.
and there was four countries hosted in Asia. First it was Japan and South Korea.
Okay.
The tourism industry became better. The football became better there.
Yeah, obviously. When
Yeah.
the sport is being played there.
Yeah, and then
This-
even in Qatar, which I should say was the best one,
Best one.
and now there's 10
Thanks,
years
South.
from now, there's another one happening in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
So yeah, and
they
even
have
in
already started the
Africa,
preparation.
and even in Africa there was a World Cup.
Yes.
South
Brazil?
Africa, no, Africa.
Okay, Africa.
There was 2010 was South Africa. Then now 2030 Morocco is hosting it. Then you had North America, which the first time North America was Mexico in 1970 and 1986. Then now USA hosted 1994. Now again USA and Mexico are hosting it. Canada is hosting it for the first time. So this is how
there
the
will be a
sport
development of
grows.
football,
Yeah, this is
or
how a
soccer.
sport grows. Like you're not just gonna I'll give you FIFA World Cup example. You're not just gonna have like Argentina or Brazil facing every time.
Yeah.
You're not
They
gonna
are
have
good, so they'll
you're
go
not
there.
gonna have like Spain facing England or
Portugal facing
or Portugal facing Spain
Argentina.
or maybe like you're not gonna have Japan facing Australia or Japan facing South Korea.
So what you're suggesting they should now plan it?
What they should do is like this fixing, like this seeding has to change. What I think they should do is they should do a televised group stage draw, like how they do for other tournaments, like put it at some hotel or something.
But the problem is that there are so many leagues right now happening around the world. They don't have any calendar available in between to schedule. such
No.
matches,
See, no. I'm not.
which you are suggesting.
No. What I'm saying is not about the I'm saying like a televised group stage draw. So where you're gonna put the trophy, you're gonna have like you've
But
seen
we
it.
don't have that much teams now.
No, 20 teams, I think that's enough. So for 16 teams, they do that. 20 teams, I think that is enough. What they can do is they can seed the teams based on their ranking. Okay, pot 1 will be this team
Top
based
5.
on their ranking. Okay, the top 5, the host nation, since India will be in host nation rank 1.
Yeah.
Pot 1, Sri Lanka is in host nation 2, pot 4.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't think you can put 2 host nations in the same pot. Or you do one thing. India you just put in group A, Sri Lanka you put in group D. Okay? So that there was no deadlock happening between them. So what you do is then the other teams that will be participating, you pick them up and then you can like just seed them, shuffle them up. You put them in the pots based on their ICC ranking. So like these teams will be in pot 1, these teams will be in pot 2, pot 3, like that.
So I think since this is cricket and that's football, they want to keep both separate.
No, I mean it happens.
They are adamant to keep it
Yeah.
all together away from it, so that people don't give a comparison. Oh, you have picked up it from football World Cup or
No, I
the
mean
football
everyone does
federation.
that. Everyone
No, I
does
have never
that.
seen
The
that.
other
It's all
sports,
happening.
They
Never
do
happened.
that. I mean,
For the IPLs or something, and that's never happened.
yeah, but look, but this is what I feel like they should do, because even I saw the videos of Talksport cricket, and they were saying like, okay, I understand, okay, you want like big matches happening, broadcasters earn money, but you're not gonna always like have. I mean, you have to take risks, right? Sometimes you have to make sure, like, okay, we are not gonna have this match happening, but maybe okay if they face each other in the knockout stages, that can be a good idea. Or if not, they do group stage, maybe they can just like seed the teams based on their rankings, and then they can just do the draw according to that. And another thing what I think they should make a change is this Super 8s. I'll be honest, it's kind of a waste, and I'll tell you why. Because in group stage you're already playing a lot of matches, and the seeding is like a bit rigged, because you have, like in this, you had group A, group B, the top two seeded teams were in the same group for the Super 8s. But I think
But they didn't play amongst them. They were interchanged, right? As per their standing in the list.
Yeah, that's what they did. Like if you say group A, there was India who topped the group.
Yeah.
Then group B, there was Australia who topped the group. So then they wanted to like make sure that both of them face each other.
But that's the thing of it. The first will face the third one.
Yeah,
And
but
the second will face the fourth one. That's happening since inception of the cricket. They have been following.
no, I'm talking about like how they did it in the seedings. Like they first said, okay, A1, B1.
The two teams from all the groups, they will qualify for it.
They should have done A1, B2, A2
Mix and match.
B1.
Mix and match.
They should have done it like that. Or what I think they should do is just put a quarterfinals. Because obviously you're not gonna have like okay, you want to like minimize the time.
But I think that there were so many teams right now, so that's why they went this way.
Yeah, but maybe in the like I'm not
Because
saying
you want to do quarterfinals. So how many teams are you going to qualify from 20 teams? You're shortlisting is 6.
Yeah, we can have like two
From
teams
20?
each. Yeah, or maybe if not 20, like let's say the remaining knockout like round of 16. Or because 3 teams get
20,
eliminated. Yeah, so you get 2. Yeah, so you get like 10.
Huh?
So if you have like 8 teams, so you can.
It will be stretching too far then.
Yeah, but I think because I remember in the World Cups in 2011 and 2015.
But that time there were not so many teams now.
Yeah, there was only
They were
14.
following this. They were following this, but there were teams are less.
Yeah.
But now they don't have. They have to.
But I
Otherwise,
think
they have to go for 1.5 months window.
Yeah, but I think they but to
That's
be
quite some
honest,
long.
yeah, because I feel knockouts stage matches have a bit of excitement, because the problem is okay in
The
Super
team
8s.
that lost is gone.
Yeah, or the problem in Super 8s is okay. Let's say first 2 teams will qualify, and then the last match, the best matches they save for the last. That is another major issue. But I think this maybe I don't know if they will
That's
do it in the future.
Apart from this point from you, I like the way that they went. But I just have a disappointment with the pitches. That's my only heartbreaking thing from this tournament.
Yeah, that's the same with me
The
as
pitch
well.
and
Yeah.
the second the ticketing.
Yeah, the
they have
ticketing,
got
yes,
the ticketing
yeah.
was such a big.
I think
big
the problem was a lot of people were complaining is that they are putting matches according to the time zones.
Yes.
I don't think that's even in like
that
for
was
example
not feasible.
that
at
was
all.
not feasible because you see
I understand that they were going for the viewership that maximum
Yeah.
people will be watching from the Asian part
Yeah.
of the continent.
see even if you put matches at like 2 a.m. people are gonna watch
People
anything.
are going to watch.
Like yeah, Copa America.
It's 3 o'clock in
3
Qatar
o'clock,
time.
yeah.
But people are watching it. No? The
People were
enthusiasts will
watching
watch
it, yeah.
So you should not go.
I mean-
That I agree with people who are complaining about the timing schedule.
Yeah.
They should not give any particular.
Any matches to
yes,
any
as per the
time.
liking
Yeah,
of any
liking
country.
of any country. Yeah.
They should place it accordingly
Place it
and feasible
according
for
to
everyone.
feasible because many people were complaining about low attendances.
Yes.
That was because in the afternoon everyone's going to work. No one's
That
gonna.
time they were putting some another country's matches.
Yeah, and you had low attendance.
Low
Even
attendance.
here in the Asia Cup, the same happened.
Yes.
When Japan, Australia, South Korea, people were literally telling like, why? Because these 3 teams are very popular.
Obviously, the people are going to watch their matches.
Yeah, they're gonna watch their
Other
matches
matches,
than
they won't give
others.
that
They won't give
importance.
that. Yeah, but there was, I think, I watched matches of Japan and South Korea. There were people who
But
came.
the people who like that sport, then they will give that
Yeah, they
importance to
will
them.
give. Yeah,
If you keep the timings appropriate for
Yeah.
all the viewership.
All the viewership.
Don't give
yeah.
importance to any particular country.
Yeah,
It's
because you know
better.
what they did is, the thing is, Japan and Qatar have like a 6-hour time difference.
Mhm.
Like it's already 8 p.m. right now here, so 8 means it's already 2 a.m. right now in Japan. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I can understand. Okay, the viewership, but so that they did this so that people in those countries can watch the matches. That's
and they
also
can
another
get that
thing.
viewership.
Yeah, I think the problem is the most of the sporting organization, they're more concerned on
Well,
TV viewership
Making money.
rather than stadium attendances.
They're making
This is
money
a
bus.
major problem.
Cash
And I-
grabs now.
Yeah.
And that should not be in sports at all.
That should not be. That like destroys the, you know, the spirit of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets ruined. I mean, you know, David Lloyd, that commentator,
Ah.
he said that you put anything, everyone's gonna watch it no matter
Dude,
what
the person
time
who
it
likes
is.
the sport, he will
Yeah,
watch
they
it
will
whatever the
watch
time
it,
is.
Yeah. You know, like if you put any matches here in Qatar at morning time, people are gonna get up and watch the matches.
I know people who are watching Euro Cup.
Yeah,
same
and the
time,
same time Copa
Copa
America. Yeah,
Yeah, so they like the
Yeah,
sport, they will
like
watch it.
They will watch
If
it.
you keep a match for India, Pakistan at 3 a.m. in the morning, who's not going to watch it?
Everyone's gonna watch it. Some
So-
people will even stay awake the whole
Whole
night.
time, yeah.
I mean, you know, I'll give you one. I'm gonna go a bit off topic, but
Again,
the reality is,
again we are going off topic.
the thing is, like for example, like any new product comes,
Huh?
people are gonna stay outside the shop the whole night
Yeah.
till the shop
yes,
opens.
yes.
Yeah,
When we had the physical CDs for a particular game,
Yeah.
like Call of Duty, people used to tent out
yeah.
the shops and they used to wait for the game.
Yeah, the same for the
Just to get a
PlayStation
copy.
too. Yeah, just to get it. They will do it. People will
This
do
happened
it.
during PS5 launch. Even people were
Yeah,
outside
but that was
the-
COVID that time.
yeah, but then also they were tenting out the whole night to get a copy of their
Yes,
their favorite
yeah.
game box.
Yeah, I think, see, this timing thing, they should change it completely. They shouldn't, like, they should just put, okay, whatever that country's time is, just put it according to that.
Yeah.
Don't just favor the others.
Prioritize someone.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
That looks dirty.
That looks horrible. And yeah, I think these many takeaways we have. We should see these few things in the future.
Yeah,
and
just 2 years.
yeah,
down
2
the
years
road.
from now. Yeah, I think they should start working on it. And so you had another thing to talk about, right?
We'll talk about the test that's going to happen.
Yes, yeah, the test matches.
So
yeah.
now we'll come back to the real form of cricket,
Yes.
that's test. If you are a sports enthusiast and cricket fan, then you tend to like test. The people who want a cinema show just watch T20 just for to enjoy the match. But yeah, the real excitement is in test, and we are having amazing lineups for test matches, which right now is happening with Sri Lanka facing
England,
England
and then Bangladesh
is facing
and
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
at the
Yeah,
moment. And Sri Lanka is bowled out for day one at 236, and England is at 22 for 0, and Pakistan ended their day with 158 for 4, and that's stump for them. So, and we are having test championship
Test
finals
championship coming up in
next year.
at Lords,
At Lords.
which is the home of cricket.
Acha, for coming back to this law topic, I have a little bit of reservation on this. Do you think there should be a final in different countries every time they are playing it, or it should be at Lords itself?
See, I'll be honest with you. I don't think this whole idea of giving England the World Test Championship final is absurd, and I'll tell you why. First of all, last two editions, England didn't even qualify for the final.
Okay.
So I don't understand. Okay, first time you could have given it to them. Okay, then there was the COVID issue.
Mm.
Then there was another issues and all that stuff. Okay, I understand that. But now I heard rumors that this edition and next edition finals are going to be in England itself.
Okay. After that, they'll switch.
I'm not sure about that, but I'm talking about the present situation. I don't know what they're going to do in the future. I'm not like really much aware about that. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that the problem is this whole idea of giving England just because, okay, Lords is like the home of cricket. I find it absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
okay, they may introduce the game,
yeah.
but it should be everywhere. They should
Everywhere,
give a chance
yeah.
to
I mean,
host it.
what I think they should do is, I mean, this is what they should do for in the next edition or maybe in the 5th edition. What they should do is whichever team qualifies as a home team, they should host the match.
Yes.
Or you
That's-
know, yes.
Actually, they did this with the 50 overs ODI World Cup as well.
Yeah.
In the beginning, they hosted
Yeah, only in England.
only
yeah,
in England, and they
yeah.
are doing the same thing with the Test Championship,
Test championship.
which is very absurd.
Absurd, yeah.
Because your team is not even qualifying.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to just cash grab and just earn
yes.
from that particular series.
Yes. So I think what they should do is like a home team. If the home team qualifies, the team that qualifies first should be the host.
Yes.
And the second team is going to be the away team.
But that if we go by that logic, then it will be too late to make the arrangements because this matches are going on until I think March.
Yeah, March.
After that, 3 months it's not that sufficient to host a finals.
I'm not sure, but I'm saying maybe in future.
No, they can do it on on a turn basis.
Turn basis,
like they do with the World Cups and the Champion Trophies.
Yeah.
All the ICC events, they should circulate it with different countries.
Yes.
Or, for example, you can, whichever country is not participating, you can give it to a third country.
Yeah, and coming to that, what I've heard is like some people were like saying that they should host the finals in countries where Test cricket is suffering big time. For example, West Indies, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, South Africa. Test cricket is like it's dying over there.
Yeah, because they are just going over to play
T20. Yeah, and
they just and that to leagues, not
leagues.
Yes,
not the national teams. Yeah, because coming to this topic, Andre Russell, the West Indies all-rounder, he said that like people are not going to play Test cricket more because they see a lot of opportunities in the T20, so they're just going to play in that. And he said people are just not interested to play Test cricket anymore. What do you think about that statement?
No, I have that's really bad because the main form of cricket is Test.
Yes.
Just bowling 4 overs or batting for 20 overs is not the test.
That's not the official. Yeah,
and you do not know the caliber of what a player is of.
Yes.
So test matches is because if the test, God forbid, test dies, then
the whole cricket is gone.
Cricket is gone.
And talking about this, I saw this video on Sky Sports Cricket. Okay. So there was when the England West Indies Test series was going on. So there was after the session got over, it was at Trent Bridge in Nottingham.
They were discussing on.
Yeah. So they were on the sideline. So they kept like a sofa bench.
Yeah, they were sitting there.
So there was Ian Bishop, Nasir Hussain, and Michael Atherton. Yeah. So Nasir Hussain said a very important thing. He said that Test cricket is something we value a lot.
Yes.
And you cannot put a price on that.
Never.
Like if you value something, you're not going to put a price on it, right?
The win that comes out of a Test match, is much more
thrilling than
the T20 or ODI
yes,
match. Because you've been fighting for 5 days.
5 days, yeah. You put a lot of effort.
If you get a result,
yes,
that's so satisfying.
Yeah, and talking about this, earlier this year, Australia and West Indies, the match happened at Gabba.
Yes.
Shamar Joseph, have you seen the way he bowled? That was like I remember.
For a moment, I thought that they might take it away.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Lara was literally like he was emotional. He was edge of the seat when they won the match, and even the Australian media, they were happy that West Indies won the match.
Obviously, they were
struggling so much because normally host countries.
Although to cut you in between, although they have a good team right now.
Yeah.
But the focus is
not there. Yes. Like they said, the thing is that they have to I think the other problem is the facilities are not good because Ian Bishop was talking about this, and I think Michael Atherton said that what they should do is like the big three, which is India, Australia, and England. They should, whatever the funds they get, they should give more to the countries where Test cricket is not struggling. They should give the funds to West Indies, to Sri Lanka, to Bangladesh, Pakistan, South Africa, so that the game will improve more. That is another thing. And there was this one journalist, Henry Blofeld.
Okay.
He said this thing, when 1993, like 30 years back. He said that ODI game is like an exhibition game. And he said Test cricket is like an examination. You're not going to put an exhibition over an examination, right?
The same thing is not reversed.
No,
ODI,
T20 is like an examination, and Test is like an exhibition.
Yes.
And I'll give you like my own experience. If you have your experiences, do tell us. So when I started watching cricket, I'll be honest. To be honest, I hated Test cricket a lot growing up. I used to hate.
I remember when I was like 5 or 6 years old, my father used to watch Test, and I was like, what's happening? What's happening? Every day in white uniform, they are playing what they are doing.
Yeah, same. But then the moment
when you got hooked to it? When you got hooked to it?
Which series you remember? I think it was from 2011 onwards. like India-England series.
Okay.
That's when my interest in Test cricket started to get more.
I remember my experience from the test which Dravid and Lakshman played there.
2001.
Yes.
Yeah, they
that
had to
was
follow
the time
on.
that
yeah.
I was so much hooked to it,
Yeah.
and I was so happy that
Yes.
it was actually a losing game.
losing game because they
They got a
followed
follow
on.
on,
Yeah, yeah.
But after that, it just
Yeah,
turned around and
turned
they just
around,
crushed
yeah,
it.
crushed it. Yeah, I think see the thing is people like kids. I'll give you an example. Kids will say, "Oh, I don't like this," but when they grow up, they'll
Love
the thing
that.
they hated, they like it. It is like that. I mean, at first I hated Test cricket a lot, but then the moment I started watching more
But
and
the-
more Test matches,
Yes.
then when I saw India winning in Australia,
2001.
then 2018, 19,
18, 19, okay,
yeah.
yes, sir.
And
The first,
the
Border
first
Gavaskar.
time, yeah, and then when England won that series at Leeds, I think Headingley. It was
yes.
not at Leeds. I think it was at Headingley. They won by 1 wicket.
Ah,
That was when
this
Ben
guy,
Stokes.
Ben Stokes showed what a
Yeah.
great all-rounder he is.
Yeah,
But only in Test cricket.
yeah, in Test cricket. But that was when my interest in Test became more. That's when I said Test cricket. This is a good game.
I
Now-
enjoyed the one which India and Pakistan had where
Yeah,
Irfan Khan took the hat-trick.
hat trick. Yeah, I think it was at,
Unfortunately, we lost.
Yeah, I think that was at Lahore. I
Yeah,
think.
it was
yeah.
in Pakistan, Lahore, and we
Yeah.
lost that match. But that moment when he took the hat-trick,
Yeah.
that was amazing. It gave me goosebumps. And
Yeah.
same repeated in 2021
Yeah.
when
Won at Gabba. Yeah,
when
Rishabh
scored
Pant.
that last
yeah.
winning run.
Yes.
And that series was like a fairy tale for me.
Yes. We even
Because
talked
the
about
way-
it. Yeah.
like,
Remember in the first
yes, yes,
episode?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We
The way
talked
they
about it.
36
Yeah.
runs and then we came back stronger. That
Yes.
was.
Yes.
And have you heard about Pat Cummins' latest interview?
Yes. Yeah.
He said that I have the World Cup, 50 ODI World Cup trophy.
Yeah.
I have the mace.
Mace.
Test
Yeah.
mace.
And I just want
I
to win
want to win the Border Gavaskar
Gavaskar.
trophy now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a very good point for it. I'm very excited for the Border
yeah.
Gavaskar trophy.
Even Nathan Lyon, Steve
Yes,
Smith, they
yes,
said,
yes.
yeah, that's going to be a very exciting.
Very exciting tournament. And this is the
series.
first time I think in 40 years where they will play 5 test matches.
No, it's 32 years.
32.
It was 1991, 92 was
They
the
played
last
5
time.
tests.
5 tests.
Now
yeah.
they are going to play
Now they're
again.
going to play again. And there's going to be, I think, a day-night test match
Yes,
at
so this is
Adelaide.
Pink ball.
Yeah, pink ball. Yeah, at Adelaide, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
at
unfortunate
Adelaide.
one where we.
Yeah, but we did win over there
did, yeah,
many
we win,
times
yeah.
before. Yeah. So I think that was it was going to be a good series. Very excited
But
for
right
it.
now also there's a good series lined up for test matches.
Yes, the England,
Right now the existing
Sri
one is
Lanka.
going on.
Yeah.
Then after that, I think
September.
India and Bangladesh is going to
Yeah,
happen.
India, Bangladesh.
Then New Zealand is coming to India.
Yeah, then Pakistan, England.
And then Pakistan, England is going to happen.
Yeah, then I think in December there's South Africa will be hosting Pakistan.
Okay, and India is going to
Yeah,
Australia.
and then New Zealand, England will go to New Zealand.
So much test.
Yeah, a
Wow,
lot of
wow,
tests. It's a
wow.
good season
Good
for
season,
Test
yes.
cricket. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch said, I like the long format
Yes,
more.
that's what we want to get in starting
Yeah,
now.
because he loves Test cricket. by
because
the way.
now
Like, he loves
the
it.
short format is over for time being. We are going
Imagine,
back to the test.
I'll tell you a joke. Imagine one of the England players tells to Benedict Cumberbatch, how many Test match Ashes series we are going to win the next 5 years. What if he
I think
says
you're going to win one?
Yeah, what if he
Oh,
says
and
one?
after over the millions, you need just win
Oh,
one.
man.
But I
Actually-
don't think that the Ashes is not that good these coming years.
Yeah.
The thrill and excitement which we had before.
Before, that was
not
good.
anymore.
It's not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the baseball introduction is a
That's
bit
quite absurd. They should drop it.
drop
for
it,
some time.
yeah, for some time. Because see, baseball was started by Brendan McCullum because his batting approach, is very aggressive.
Every
He will
time,
like
yeah.
smack a
He was
lot.
playing T20 before T20 was a thing.
Yeah. So I think baseball, this entire mindset of baseball, and when I saw this Hugh Jackman sing baseball, I was just like, surprised. Like, why is he saying this? I mean, baseball outside England, it's not gonna work.
No, if my memory helps me, the last good game for baseball I saw was when Pakistan and England played in Pakistan.
Yeah.
I think last year when they scored
2022.
500 runs.
Yeah.
Odd runs in that
Yes.
match.
Yes.
So that was the only time when I remember that baseball succeeded. Rather, apart from that, I've never seen
Yeah,
them.
it hasn't
And they've
succeeded much. All of
always
the-
they have
They've
gone
lost,
for a toss.
yeah. But I think this baseball, I don't know. I think they should drop it for some time.
Or they should reevaluate it and they should reintroduce-
Reevaluate, yeah.
They are actually trying to push it on other people
Yeah.
by showing it that we are playing baseball.
Yeah, I think it could be not really
They
much.
want to show that we have the authoritative people who have introduced the sport. So now we
Yeah,
make the
now we are
additions.
gonna.
We are making additions to it.
I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing for the
Good
game.
approach.
Good approach.
Because
yeah.
Test is like
Test
you
is
have to-
test. Yeah.
you have to play. You show your endurance in it. You don't have to
Yeah.
go and hit it out of the park
Yeah,
every
it's,
time.
it's not like T20. Okay, baseball can work in ODI, T20, but in Test, I find it absurd.
It's very absurd. You have to play for
Yeah.
5 days, man.
5 days. I mean, what are you gonna like just hit 500 runs for 5
That's
days?
what happened.
Yeah,
The game ended
it's
in 2 or 3
weird.
days.
2 or 3 days. It's dumb. It's absurd, to be honest. I think it's a really bad approach that they're doing for the Test cricket.
And now, if you're introducing the sport to new people,
yeah,
and you're showing this side of the game,
baseball.
then
Yeah.
how will they?
How will
see
they?
it?
They'll be confused.
Yes,
They'll be like, oh, we're gonna play T20 version in Test now. Wow, let's go hit the ball out
that's
of the
even
park.
confusing for us.
Yeah, for us.
Just leave the new people.
Yeah, it's kind of really. I think they should reevaluate this thing. I don't know if Brandon McCullum should most likely change
What is
his
the standing?
approach.
England standing at the table right now. I think they are on the 5th or 6th number. Much
Yeah,
lower.
no, I think England is at number 6. I think.
The first is India, then it's
Yeah, Australia. New Zealand is third. Yeah, fourth is I think I don't know.
South
I think
Africa?
I don't know. I think no South Africa. No, West Indies is at the bottom. Bangladesh is above them. Then I think I think South Africa are at fourth.
Yeah, because I was going through some, I think, Crick Info.
Yeah,
They were
ESPN Crick Info.
they,
Yeah.
they were discussing that if the South Africa is going to have 2 tournaments, I think they have to test.
Test series,
Series.
yeah, against Pakistan,
Uh,
and I
And
think
Bangladesh?
against Bangladesh. Yeah, I think against Bangladesh they have.
So
Yeah,
they have a chance.
They have a chance,
to
yeah.
come into the finals.
they come to the finals. Yeah, because they already played against Australia. I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, they did play against. I don't know. I think they played. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, but that was in 2022 they played. Yeah, I
So
don't
now
think
we are
this-
into 23-25 cycle.
Yeah,
no?
23-20. I don't think because some matches they don't play against other teams. I remember India played with Sri Lanka in 2021-23,
Okay.
but this 2023-25
There's no schedule.
India Sri Lanka test is not
Not
there.
there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this time there is, but yeah, there was. I don't know. I'm not really sure about.
And do you think these small teams they should come into test as well?
See,
or a big team should have some kind of once in a year kind of tournament, a series with them, or a
yeah,
match with
what I
them.
think they should
just to
do
give
is
them experience and give them.
see
move
what I
forward.
think they should do is I remember in 2018 India had a one-off test with Afghanistan.
Yes, and see now
Yeah,
how improved they are.
how improved they are. I think what they should do is like ICC should give them test like what
One test,
Yeah, one test
just
like
for the experience,
experience,
of it,
yeah.
and to help them improve.
improve the
And
game.
when you play with such good players,
yes,
you tend to move forward.
Yes,
in a
yes.
particular direction.
yes,
And Afghanistan had improved
yeah,
drastically.
drastically. Even Ireland and Zimbabwe
Ireland, yes,
also.
Ireland
yeah.
also.
Zimbabwe also. But I think what they should do is they should give them a one test match with each of the test playing nations,
Yes,
and then how well it goes. Then
just for a
yeah.
one cycle they can give
Hmm.
the lower teams that they can
Yes.
they can get a good experience from it.
Yeah, that's what I think they should do for the test match. And regarding the future of how test cricket they will go, I think what many people are saying is that they have to make a regulation. Like they should, like when there is IPL, there should be no series. That's what I heard some people saying about it. You remember you said about it?
Yeah, I think there was a Pakistani cricketer, Hafiz,
Yeah.
Mohammad Hafiz. He was talking over Skype with an Aussie cricketer, I guess.
Yeah.
England cricketer. I think it was I don't remember the name. And they were discussing on it. So he counter question him that no, since it is about the money these days. So
Yeah, it's
if a
obviously it's
cricket-
true. It's
if a
logic.
cricket-
Yeah.
if there is some kind of regulation,
Yeah.
then it will be much better.
Yeah.
And they should come up with some rules.
Yeah, they
because
have
now
to. Yeah.
T20 is kind of
Overshadowing everything.
Everything.
Yeah. And you
That
know,
50 was
I want to tell you something. I read this article, I think in Sydney Morning Herald.
Okay.
Like there's one person, I don't know, he was working in cricket, now he's with the AFL, and he's
Okay.
so he is currently working at the AFL. So what he is doing is he's going to be teaming up with some people from the cricketing fraternity, and they're going to be some ex-cricketers that are gonna be coming as well.
Huh.
And then after that,
They are kind of forming some kind of committee to regulate it.
that's what I heard. Rumors are
I think
coming up.
and the cricketers should the retired and the seniors,
retired ones.
they should come forward to make regulations.
Yes.
Since they are the OG players of Test cricket and they know the value of it.
They know it. Yeah. I think in that, I think Pat Cummins even he recorded a pre-live session
Okay.
with them, and which he was talking about this issue about. And I even read a very interesting article by Ian Chappell.
Okay.
He said that cricket needs IPL money, but is it good for the future of the game? So he said that the problem is that that a lot of the other boards, they don't have money.
Yes.
So I even heard this 100, the tournament that just
they're happening
happened,
right now.
it finished, I think.
Yeah.
And I heard rumors now IPL teams, the business owners want to come and they want to buy stake in that team.
Yes.
Yeah, I
In the
think
100 also,
in
yes.
the 100 also, but I
Yes.
think it's not a good thing, because Ian Chappell said, if you put businessmen into the game,
The
they're
game
gonna
is going
ruin
to
it.
get ruined, yeah.
yeah, like I'll give you one
For sure.
example of this football club Chelsea. Ever since
okay.
this Todd Boehly brought the club, Chelsea has become a joke, to be honest. I mean, if all
And they are
Chelsea
just
fans
purchasing players.
purchasing players.
I was just talking this with my younger brother today. We were discussing it. Chelsea is going left and right and buying
Left and right.
everyone. But they are on the same
on the
position.
same position, and that Cucurella, he sang that cringy song during the
It was such
celebration.
a joke. It was a
joke,
joke.
man. And Haaland just owned him, man. Like, but it's still, I mean, if you are just like, and Kerry Packer, that Australian billionaire,
Yes.
owner of Channel 9 and who introduced World Series cricket,
Uh-huh.
he said a very powerful statement that don't let a media person control your game. Don't let a business person
That's
control
what's
your
happening
game.
right now. All the media houses.
All
and
media
the
houses,
businessmen
businessmen are owning it.
Yeah.
And this is not good for the game. And Ian Chappell is saying this. And he said this in that article, like one former Australian cricketer, I don't remember his name. He said that after cricket, what have you earned by it? He's saying nothing, poverty. After cricket, he has done nothing.
That's such an irony.
That's a sad thing. I
Yeah.
mean, the problem is even with the boards, as how Ian Chappell.
This is what I want to add in this. If ICC starts to regulate the leagues that are happening,
Yes.
so it can make some kind of regulation, so it will help to improve the game,
Yes.
and they can keep a check on the people who
Yes.
are running the business.
Who are running the business.
Right now, they are just going for the money.
Yeah, I think they should introduce an FFP, financial fair play rule,
Ah, yes.
like how they're doing it in football. But
Yes.
obviously, even there, it's no one's
No,
even.
obviously, you can't regulate completely, but
regulate
there's something is better than nothing.
Yeah. They should introduce an
So you can-
FFP.
Yes.
So if there's any violation, if they did any charges violation, they can just like
right now,
punish
there's
them.
no fear in them. They can do whatever
they can do whatever they want. Yeah, it's like
There's no
they have
regulation.
unlimited money. But
Yes.
I think actually the problem what Ian Chappell was mentioning in that article is that the problem is cricket boards didn't come up with a good blueprint
Yes.
on to see how to decide the future of the game for
I think they
coming.
made the blueprint only to make them bucks.
Yeah, that's
earn
the
money,
only
that's
thing.
it.
Yeah. Because you see, the problem is ever since I understand television is because ever since television came and people started ever since when television started and when they started showing cricket, it was only being broadcasted by government-owned companies.
Doordarshan
Like
was being channeled
Doordarshan in
India.
India, and Australia in UK it was BBC.
In Pakistan it was PTV.
PTV, and in Australia it was ABC, which
Yeah.
is Australian Broadcasting Corporation. But
so now it's
I'll tell you what happened is in 1976, this Kerry Packer, Channel 9,
yes.
Australian
Yes.
news, it's owned by a family called Packer family.
Okay.
So they own Channel 9.
Hmm.
So Kerry Packer, he was a big cricket fan. What he wanted broadcasting rights because
That's
his
it.
channel was a private channel.
Yes.
It was non-commercial. It was a commercial-owned channel.
Yes. There were some triangular series, everything, and they were broadcasted on Channel 9.
Yeah,
those days.
it was. Yeah, now they don't broadcast
Yeah,
cricket
now
on
they don't.
Channel 9.
No.
So and that opening theme is very good. The
I don't
Channel
remember
9.
that. I don't
I'll show it to you after the show.
Okay.
But it's a very good theme. It's very interesting, and people say they love that theme.
Okay.
And when I saw Aussies commenting, they say when this song plays, it's the start of the summer season.
Ah.
And yeah, so
So
coming.
he tried to
And
buy the rights. Huh?
he wanted to buy the rights, but that time, because he didn't have much experience in the sports industry,
Okay.
so Cricket Australia, the Australian Cricket Board, they rejected it. They said they cannot sell the rights to him. And then he started his own rebel league. Okay, Kerry Packer started his own rebel cricket league called World Series Cricket. Okay, that was in 1977.
Yes,
It was like a
okay.
rebel league. It was not even an official league.
Just to show.
Yeah,
that
just
he
to
can
show
do
that
anything,
he basically was intimidating and threatening
the Aussie Cricket Board.
yeah, he was threatening them and intimidating them that if you are not giving me rights, I will make my own league. You know, like he was trying to intimidate them. And what he did is that he started World Series Cricket. He started inviting all the best players from around the world. There was Australia 11, England 11, West Indies 11, rest of the world 11, and there was South African.
Before IPL, they started to do this.
Yeah, and I'll come to that part as well when you mentioned about the IPL. So what they did in this, they brought all the best players around the world. There was Dennis Leal, Tony Greig, Ian Chappell.
All the greats of the game.
Yeah, all the greats of the game. Imran Khan was there. Viv Richards was there.
Anyone from India?
No, India, there was no player in that. I think in rest of the world, there was no India. I don't know if there was. I'm not really sure. But yeah, Imran Khan was there in that. But what happened is that he changed that whole... When that league started, ICC said, this is not an official league. You cannot be conducting this.
So that's what he wants right now.
Yeah, and he said that if you're going ahead, these players who have signed for the league,
blacklisted.
They'll be banned. But you know what happened? A twist happened in this. The cricket board, Australian Cricket Board, was on the verge of bankruptcy.
Okay.
And then
they endorsed it.
And then no, I'll tell you what happened. Kerry Packer said, "I will help you. I will get you out of bankruptcy. I'll get you out of debt. But you have to support this league."
That's what.
That was the condition.
So
they said.
Australia
See, Australia and England, they opposed it, but West Indies, they supported it. And there were South African players, because that time there was apartheid happening in South Africa. They were banned from cricket. They could not play internationally, so they had to play elsewhere.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what Kerry Packer did. And then he said, "Okay, that you want money, you want your board to be saved. I'll help you, but you have to support my league." And then they said, okay, because they had no choice.
Yes.
They had to bow down to him eventually. They said, okay, we'll accept it. And then but you know, the good thing about is World Series cricket has created a long-lasting impact. Because in World Series cricket, normally ODI matches, when they started, they were only wearing white uniforms.
Yeah, okay.
World Series cricket, they started the introduction of
colors,
headlights.
Okay.
You know, field restriction.
That's why 1983 there was white uniform.
1987. Then 1992
was the first time they introduced colored.
And there was floodlights also.
Yes.
Because
so
that
there was
time,
some improvement.
Improvement. Yeah, and that was how, and he changed the whole scene of cricket, Kerry Packer. And this same happened around 30 years later in 2007 in India.
In IPL.
Yeah, actually what happened was there was this Z channel, which was owned by Subhash Chandra.
Yes.
So he wanted broadcasting rights for India's matches because I think that time Star Cricket was having it. Then they later changed it to Star Sports.
Yeah.
So he supported, I think, Sharad Pawar in the BCCI elections. Even though Sharad Pawar won the election, but he didn't give him the rights.
Okay.
And then he started his own league called the ICL. I remember I even told you about this. Remember?
We discussed in the first podcast.
We discussed about it. Yeah.
Also.
So he created his own league. He said, okay, I will do what Kerry Packer did 30 years back.
But he got the same backlash that Kerry Packer got at that time. Yeah.
And then all the players who joined ICL, they were blacklisted. And then BCCI, in response, created the IPL.
So this was different from previous one. So they started their own league, and it helped BCCI a lot.
BCCI, and it popular, because I'll tell you, when it happened 2007, that time was T20 World Cup, the first T20 World Cup. And I think in the press conference, one BCCI official, one journalist asked him about this T20 World Cup. He's like, "What is T20 World Cup? We'll have 10 overs match, 1 over match." He was saying it's useless, it's this, that. And even the senior players, they said this is not even cricket.
In it. Many players did not go for the T20
They didn't
World
go
Cup.
for it, and that's why they sent a different team.
They were freshers,
new players, newcomers. But then after that victory, it changed.
Yes.
And then I remember Dhoni said T20 will be a bigger format in the coming years, and I think that's what they did with IPL. Now IPL, it started.
It's a giant.
It's
Many
a giant
leagues followed
now.
it.
I mean, this will be. Many people find it surprising, but even the top 5 football leagues of Europe, IPL has more money than them.
Yes.
I mean, even PSG, Man City, Chelsea don't have that much money as compared to IPL.
right now.
Even though they have like big owners, multi-billion clubs, but they still don't have that much money.
They are buying all the franchise
all
in the
French
world.
leagues, yeah.
All the franchise in the world for cricket.
Yeah,
right?
everywhere, yeah. But
Uh,
I think that's what the problem Ian Chappell is saying. If you put more businessmen in this, it's
will
going to
ruin
kill the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's happening in football. You have these football billionaires, football-based billionaire companies buying other clubs, and that's like creating a conflict of interest in them.
So it's about time that they should
They should change.
learn
yes.
something from
they
the
have
football,
to learn. Yeah.
football game, and they should
They should. Yeah.
try
I
to
think.
implement those things which should never
Yeah.
happen here.
Yeah, they should start. ICC should start a financial fair play rule.
Yes,
FFP they have to start so that
they can finish it.
yeah
off.
they can finish it off. Yeah, and they have to they do this because it's if you like something, you value sports,
You
you
have to
can't
protect
put you have to protect it. It's your responsibility. You can't like just put
What the use of such bodies if they don't regulate it properly, right? What the use of ICC if they cannot run it properly? Then
Yeah, I
it's
think
better to
it's
dismantle it.
yeah, just dismantle it then.
It's just for the sake of the name of the ICC.
Yeah,
ruling,
I
right?
think this is the problem. I think, or even people will just boycott the matches because, like you say, boycotts have huge effects.
Yes.
People can, if let's say, okay, ICC doesn't do anything and this is ruining the game, then it's up to the people. They're going to take matters.
I think the individual broadcast.
Individual, yeah.
Individual board will come forward and they
They will
start
come.
voting,
They can start. Yeah, they can do that. Like, or they will
before
start.
any uprising. They should.
They should do it. Yeah,
Themselves
they have to do it from themselves. Yeah, or they might even start a rebel test league, like how Kerry Packer did for
way back.
47 years back.
So
they might
can
do
follow on
something
in
like
footsteps,
this. Yeah, they can. And they will they might do things. I mean, who knows what can happen in this game? I mean, it's just very surprising, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is what they should do.
And we have summed up everything all together.
Yeah.
So there's exciting thing coming up in
Yes.
Test.
Yes.
T20 is over.
Yes.
Follow Test if you want to follow the real cricket.
If you want to save the game, watch the
Follow-
test matches.
Watch the game and
Yes,
enjoy them and
yes.
celebrate them.
Yes.
And on that positive note, we will end the podcast.
Yes.
And inshallah, we'll see you soon
Yes.
in the next podcast. So
Yes.
good night. Take care. Signing off from Qatartainment. I hope you got Qatartained.
Yes. Are you Qatartained? We'll make you Qatartained.
Stay tuned for more.
Okay.
Bye, good
Bye.
night.